on board, and we'll still make our money that way. That's a private business thing. So it's a decision between the business owners and the government, and they are not agreeing. Just like the people in the field of medicine and the people in the hood, people who are regular, what they call lay persons, who don't know these technical terms, are not agreeing entirely. And even people in medicine with medicine, doctors are not agreeing. Scientists are not agreeing. Chemists are not agreeing. Epidemiologists, virologists are not agreeing. So this is causing a lot of issues, but I don't think it's going to be mandated nationwide. Just so you know, I doubt it. But if it gets to that point, the people are just going to have to rise up against it. There is nothing else that we can do.
Yeah, before we prepare to, I'm not getting my children this mess. I'm not taking that.
I seen a video probably happened about a couple years ago when you were out there with the LAPD. I think it was like Snoop, Game, and some other people. Can you talk about you working in the middle of California, Compton, that area, combating police brutality and really being on the front line, trying to make change. Can you talk about that a little bit, please?
Absolutely. I'll say the first thing when it comes to that, what you're referring to was in 2016, and that was this is what people. Let me give you the backstory real quick, which is very, very fast. As a result of the brother, there were two things that happened. One was the guy who was in Dallas who sniped, I believe, 5 police officers. The guy who took out 5 police officers because he had become frustrated with the police taking us out. So he went and knocked off about 4 or 5 police officers. That caused a major issue all across the country because now these police officers were afraid, like, okay, hold on, we can shoot y'all. Y'all not supposed to shoot back, but now you got somebody who didn't just shoot back. He took out 4 or 5 of our officers. So now police all across the country are nervous as hell. Because now they're like, well, damn, if one black person rolls up, we know it's more of them thinking like this. We know more of them got guns. We know more of them is really waiting to get back at us because why? We feel internally that we deserve it. So therefore, we are about to be on high alert. So the Game was watching this on TV. Game saw what was going on. And Game called Snoop and told Snoop, we about to go ride on the police department. I want y'all to understand how serious this was. He called Snoop. Snoop called some of the people in the hood. It was not about to be what you saw. That peaceful movement, it was not about to be that. It was about to be Bloods, Crips, probably some Latino gangs and all that. Go up to the police headquarters, LAPD, one of the most notoriously known police departments in the country. And it was about to be an all-out war between the hoods and the police department. That was the original idea that stirred in Game, Snoop, etc. But Game and Snoop actually called the Western regional representative of the Nation of Islam and Minister Farrakhan, Minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad. His former name was Minister Tony Muhammad. They called him to explain how they feeling and what they're planning on doing. So he said, brothers, I understand how you feel, but hold on one second. He called Minister Farrakhan and had the Game speak with the minister. The Game spoke with the minister for about 3 hours. About 3 hours. And it changed his spirit. He understood what the real purpose was. Are you going to sit here and act off emotionally? Because if you've seen, which is going to be seen, that Bloods and Crips went and rolled on the LAPD, that will send a shockwave across the country, which will get a lot of people killed. Police and civilians, black folks and white folks, brown folks, black folks, everybody. It's going to be a bloodbath across the country. Is that what you want? Out of emotion. And the minister changed his spirit and brought it to the proper place. So it switched from them going to do that to doing this. Me and one of the brothers were at a Denny's. This was at 4 a.m. All this was going down. 4 a.m. Me and his brother, who are in the nation, were discussing conflict resolution because we're about to go into the high schools and colleges to teach conflict resolution to the brothers and sisters in different high schools and colleges all throughout California. We had already gotten this stuff scheduled and everything. I get a call and a text message. I get from Game this long text message that he sent out to all the hoods saying how we're going to meet up and we're going to go reintroduce ourselves to the LAPD as men to other men, to confront and face-to-face talk to them. We get this at 4 a.m. Russell Simmons calls me. Brother, is this about to go down? I said, Russell, get down there. This is about to happen. Go, boom, boom, boom. We meet up down the street from the LAPD headquarters. Sun hasn't even come up yet. It's about 300 or 400 people out here. from different hoods. The nation, of course, you know, we got this on lock. We're around there. We're securing the perimeter, making sure everything is fine. Nobody's doing nothing crazy. The police come and meet with us. We let them know what's about to go down because this was not scheduled to be this way. They said, okay, well, we'll make sure we'll clear the streets and make sure you guys are fine. We marched down to the LAPD headquarters. Now, mind you, this was not supposed to go this way. I want you to understand. This was supposed to be the complete opposite. Yeah. And it changed from that into us marching down to the headquarters. This day just so happened that the new cadets were being graduated. This day just so happened that there were over 15 television channels out there, TV cameras, to show the graduation of the new cadets. This day, the mayor and the police chief were at the LAPD headquarters. We didn't know none of this, but I'm showing you how God works. Because if we would have went down there, or if they would have went down there to shoot up the headquarters, that would have been headline news across the planet. But instead, it was changed for a peaceful purpose, and we were brought into the headquarters. Myself, Game Snoop, the rapper Problem, and our captain of the Western region. We were brought in and sat down in the conference room, and we met with the police chief, Mayor Eric Garcetti, all of their direct staff, and that is when we didn't negotiate. We gave them specific instructions in order for there to be peace. This was not some soft talk. This was, if you do not stop shooting us down, you will get retaliation that we would not be able to control because the people are tired. The people are tired of this. They're not going to just listen to everything that we say. You're not going to be able to tell us, well, you need to calm the people down. No. At a certain point, you can't keep murdering and killing people for no reason and they just lie down forever. This is not going to happen. So we instructed them and talked to the mayor and the police chief. We came to agreements. Next thing you know, I told them, I said, are you willing to go before the world and to declare that there will be peace, a peace treaty, a truce between the LAPD, Bloods and Crips, and all the different hoods? Are you willing to go on national television right now and say that? The mayor said, yes, I am. We get up, walk into the next room. There's like 20 cameras set up for a press conference. Mind you, we did not know any of this was going down at all. That's when you saw myself, Snoop, Problem, Game, Police Chief, Mayor Eric Garcetti, and you saw us standing there and they were discussing the peace movement between the Bloods, Crips, LAPD. They didn't mention Nation of Islam, but of course we were there. And that's what happened. It was the influence of Minister Farrakhan, Nation of Islam, that helped to change what could have potentially been one of the worst bloodbaths, brothers, I'm talking about across the entire country, into a movement of peace between mainly the brothers and the brothers, Bloods and Crips mainly, and also the LAPD. So that's what happened. And then after that, about 3 weeks after, we had what was called the United Hood Nation event that took place, where over 3,000 people were in attendance over there in right here in LA. That's where Bloods, Crips showed up, Moorish Science Temple, New Black Panther Party, Nation of Islam, Nation of Gods and Earths, the Latino gangs. You had so many hoods, groups that came together and decided to increase the peace. And it has been that way since then. There's been certain issues that popped up recently, but it has been for the majority peace up until, I'd say, like the last month, where a lot of gang stuff started popping back up. But we have been doing our best to maintain that peace ever since.
Speaking of that, he's another brother who was influential in that, just changing the game out. Crenshaw and Slaughter. So our man Nipsey Hussle back there. He talked about what happened in 2016, and that was heavily influenced by hip hop. You got hip hop personalities in there constructing this movement, this powerful movement, which is so influential out here across the world. Nipsey was one of these people as well, who just started beginning to blossom and show that effective personality that he had, that was cultivating the world. And he passed away. There was a lot of talks about him working with Los Angeles Police Department in a way to kind of create peace as well. And then the historic path between him and the Los Angeles Police Department, to where they didn't really get along too well. A lot of people even speculate that they had something to do with his murder. Can you talk about that? Nipsey's influence in Crenshaw and Slauson, his relationship with LAPD, the best we know.
Absolutely. I'll say, first of all, may Allah be pleased with our brother Ermias Ascadom. His it's his Eritrean name, it's his family given name, also known as Nipsey Hussle. The brother was very intelligent. Some people get it now, but a lot of people don't understand how intelligent the brother was when he was making his moves. He would reach out to Minister Abdul Malik Saeed Muhammad, Minister Tony Muhammad, at least twice a year for counsel. So he received counseling from the Nation of Islam at least twice a year. He would do it like every 5 or 6 months, just to reach out, just to kind of get updates, see how he's moving, any advice. We secured Nipsey. We would secure him. I personally secured Nipsey Hussle at a certain point. I'll say there are 2 different events where I was directly on him, where I secured him. One of them was the Carl Kanai pop-up shop event right off of Fairfax, I think, down that area. And he was a beautiful brother. He had so much intelligence. He had so many moves that he wanted to make for the hood, and he was making moves piece by piece. He created what's called Vector 90, the tech prep type of after-school program for children to learn coding and computer technology and things of that nature, and a lot more. He went to Amsterdam, to a city that is powered on nothing but Bitcoin, fully powered on Bitcoin. And he saw what that technology was doing there. He saw what that was doing, and he wanted to bring that to LA so that he could have all of his companies, his businesses, and everything that he had in the neighborhood powered on Bitcoin. This was back then. Now people are, jumping on Bitcoin, but he was already on it back then. The brother went to different hoods, enemy hoods in particularly, and offered his life. He went by himself to multiple hoods, and he said, if you want to kill me, kill me. But he said, if not, then we got to end this right here. We got to bring some peace to the hood. He went to Mexican hoods and did this. Blood territories did this. Other Crip territories and did this. And he was offering himself as a black man, as an African, as a young brother to increase the peace within the neighborhoods. He did his best to bring together the people who traditionally had arguments and were fighting. He studied Message to the Black Man. As a matter of fact, T.I. asked him what book would he suggest that he study first. He told him Message to the Black Man by Elijah Muhammad. He constantly had the brothers that he was helping to get jobs. He was doing his best to put people on, people who had records and all that. He was putting them on to try to get them to change the way that they were living. So he wasn't a perfect brother, I'm not saying that, but he was doing phenomenal work. Phenomenal work. That's why he became more legendary, because of the work he was doing. It wasn't necessarily about the music. It was the work that was being done in the hood to transform the lives of brothers and sisters within the inner city. And I'll say also, I don't know all the facts when it surrounds his passing or his murder or anything like that. I don't know all the facts about that. But the LAPD, of course, did not like him. Just like the LAPD, they don't like us.